Did you know that one of the UK's most favourite flowering plants is best sown in autumn? Keep watching to find out which one. Here on Earth, we've got 5 different distinctive types of climate. We have got continental, temperate, dry, tropical, and we've also got polar. But here in the UK, we have temperate. That roughly equates, if you were in the US, between zones 6 to 9. Now, to find out which of the UK's flowering plants does best by sowing in autumn, join me in the greenhouse. I do love coming into the greenhouse. It's one of the great escapes, really. And the plant that benefits by being sown in autumn, that's such a popular plant in the UK, is, of course, the sweet pea. Those lovely little petals, like little butterfly wings fluttering in the wind. Delicate foliage and that heavenly scent. It's a trigger for a lot of memories. And for many people, it was either their grandparents or their parents that grew them. And there's such an addition. I grow them in my grow your own area just to cheer me up when I come, and anything on the side of a house or trellis work, they're beautiful. Now, there are 2 real types or classifications of sweet pea. There's a perennial one that just comes up every year. You don't need to replant it. And then there's the annual ones that die off at the end of the year, and you plant them every year. So you can either plant the perennial one in and leave it in the ground to grow bigger and better. But if you want more of a range of flowers and more scent, then the annual ones is better. And here I'm actually going to plant both. Some of the seeds I've harvested from my perennial sweet pea, and some that I have bought for the annual ones. Now, the secret with the seeds is to make sure you prepare them before they go into the soil. And that means soak them, because the seeds are so tough. If they've been soaked beforehand, that aids the plant when it comes to germination. So to soak the seeds, there are lots of different methods, and here's a few. Here's one here, a little tiny sweet pea. It's funny to think that this tiny seed is going to grow into a massive plant with loads and loads of flowers and fragrance and foliage. How marvellous. Well, the secret to give these really hard sweet peas, soften them a little bit to enable the root and the shoot to germinate and push through, is to soak them in water. Natural rainwater is obviously better than the tap, certainly for a young plant. So you can either, some sweet pea growers just put them into a cup with water and let them soak. I prefer to put them onto some material like kitchen paper, toilet paper, old pair of socks, something like that, in a saucer, and then dampen that material so the seed is actually sitting on the material, so it's taking in air as well as water. Or these makeup pads, these are pretty good too, and then you can put your seed onto it just in the middle of it, and then you can dampen that and then put another cotton pad over the top, sandwiching the seed in there so it can take up plenty of moisture. Now, here's one that I've already had soaking, and you can actually see that the seed is considerably bigger than the other one. In fact, I want to just show you a comparison there so you can see. There they are, they're the 2 seeds. One is definitely bigger and slightly softer than the other. Now, you leave them soaking, and of course you can always add a little bit more rainwater onto the top pad to soak down. Don't leave them till they've got too big. I'll show you this one here. Don't let it get to this stage here. See this one here? This is actually germinated. You can see a little green shoot just coming out of the top. I wait till they're slightly swollen, and that's the time I get it into the soil. Now, once the seeds have taken on enough moisture, it's time to pot them up. I always use terracotta. Some of these containers I've had for years and years, but there are different things that you can buy as well. There's plastic ones, usually with slightly deeper. They've got quite long roots, so they're like deeper containers, or there's these ones here that fold into containers, and again you get this long tube effect. Some people even plant them up in toilet rolls, old used toilet rolls. They use them again because of the column, but terracotta's always been my favourite. I like to have that, and I reuse these containers and clean them out after each use as well. So I'm adding in peat-free compost. I always just try to just loosen any lumps that are in the compost. There we go. Now this compost here is specific for seeds and cuttings. It's got a nice balance of nutrients and it's a slightly finer grade as well. Now with this container here, I'm going to put 3 seeds in. I've also just, you can use a dibber or a pencil or something similar to that just to make a small hole, and be very delicate with the seeds themselves because they've taken on a bit of moisture. They are a little soft, so they're your little babies. Treat them with care. And then just lightly firm over the top. Don't push them in too much. And once you've just settled them in, don't forget to label them as well. And you can get these labels free from most cafes. Just put that in there. There we go. And now I'm going to use one of these freezer bags over the top just to give it a little bit more insulation and keep it warm to encourage germination. Now bushy plants of course become bushy if you pinch out the top because lower branches grow to get bigger. But of course you also don't want to limit the plant's energy, so I let my seeds germinate, grow a little bit, and then you can pinch them out to encourage that bushiness. Some people actually leave them until next spring before they pinch them out. Gardening is one thing, it's trial and error and finding your own way. So give it a go. The real difference, of course, is I'm starting seeds in the autumn time rather than waiting until the spring, because when they germinate, they are tougher plants. They've overwintered, they've got a lot of energy, so when I plant them out into spring, they'll have a head start on all the others. Now they grow into beautiful plants. Every year I have sweet peas on the back of the shed. Would you like to have a look? And you can follow me as these little seeds grow into my big display of sweet peas for next year. I do hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more great free content like this. And also turn on your notifications so I can give you a prompt when brand new videos come out. Have a go at sweet peas, you will not regret it.